Hello, we meet once more to discuss facts about the Flash. You can't get enough and neither can we, but let's change it up this time. This time, it's the top 10 Flash villains you need to know about. I'm Sasha Wood and let's get started. Number 10. Okay, you may have never heard of him, but we have to talk about the Turtle. His name is so silly, but his power is so good. He actually dates back to the Golden Age, appearing in All Flash number 21 in 1941. He tried to use slowness as a way to beat Jay Garrick, though his name was more to do with how slowly and carefully he planned his crimes. But in the Silver Age, he was revamped and back as the Turtle Man, and he was actually the first rogue Barry Allen ever fought. He built devices based on slowness, and he even managed to trick the Flash into crashing into his own shadow, which is fantastic. I know he briefly appeared on the CW show, but can we please make this happen? Fastest man versus slowest man. We can change his name from the Turtle Man. Maybe he can be Indolence or the Slacker. Does that make it better? Not really. That's probably why he's our number 10. But seriously, it could be cool, guys. Number 9. Dr. T.O. Morrow. Get it? Tomorrow? Hilarious. He first appeared in The Flash number 143 in 1964, and few probably even think of him as a Flash villain. He is the scientist responsible for the creation of Red Tornado, Red Inferno, Red Torpedo, Red Volcano, along with several other androids, alongside the help sometimes of Professor Ivo. T.O. Morrow used bits of inventions he stole from the future to create duplicate people, which over time evolved into a series of complex androids. He created his robots as he found it had become easy to commit crime and wanted something to challenge the Flash and Green Lantern. However, his robots were easily defeated by the Flash's super speed. Even in his post-crisis origin, he still debuted in a Flash comic. While he may not be overly associated with the Flash, he has become a main threat for the DC universe as a whole, and is thusly easily transferred from hero to hero. Even one of his robots, Red Tornado, is now a key player in the DC-verse. From humble beginnings indeed. Number 8. The Pied Piper, Hartley Rathaway. He first appeared in The Flash number 106 in 1959. Born deaf and given hearing implants, or creating them, it depends on the continuity, Rathaway became obsessed with sound and eventually learned how to make melodies hypnotic and also weaponize them in sonic form. First a rogue and villain to Barry Allen, Rathaway actually retired after his death and became a champion for the rights of the poor and underprivileged, and became one of DC's first openly gay characters. He also became one of Wally West, the third Flash's closest friends. While he has suffered relapses, they have usually been outside of his control or through manipulation. An effective villain, Hartley's ability to manipulate sound makes it a good thing he's now working for the side of good. Someone who is not reformed in at number 7. Captain Boomerang, first appearing in The Flash number 117 in 1960. Digger Harkness is more on this list due to its iconography than threat level. He's a character you can tell was created during the Silver Age, and yet has stood the test of time. Side note, he only developed his Australian accent in the 80s. So what is there to him aside from boomerangs and being a thief? Well, he's also a racist. And his Captain Boomerang persona was originally something developed to promote toys for a toy company in canon. He's actually come close to killing the Flash on a few occasions, most notably with a giant boomerang.
Flash,
Hey guys.
you're tied to a very large boomerang.
Yeah?
Despite his admittedly silly gimmick, Captain Boomerang has proven himself to be a credible threat on more than one occasion, and a key member of the Rogues. Also, he gave birth to a legacy villain in his son, who also became Captain Boomerang for a time. Number 6. Mirror Master. While there have been multiple Mirror Masters, whoever it is, the concept is still terrifying. The Mirror Master can move through the mirror realm, traveling across reflections. This is obviously very useful for a life of crime, as well as for inflicting some pretty terrifying psychological damage. He can also project mirrored copies of himself and trap other people inside the mirror realm. He has less of a fondness for the Flash than most of the Rogues gallery, and doesn't necessarily have to be tied to the Rogues. He's a good match for the Flash, since Speed still has to contend with either multiple copies, or hypnotism, or being sucked into another dimension. The Mirror Master has a cool MO and a great means of escape. If you can't trust your reflection, who can you trust? Certainly not our number 5, SAVITAR. SAVITAR is a villain who's recently been thrust back into the limelight limelight thanks to the CW show, and also continues the tradition of that show stealing some of Wally's villains and assigning them to Barry, which yes, is happening here too. Don't let the show steal all of Wally's cred, he also had some sweet villains. My salt aside, SAVITAR has faced many a Flash: Johnny Quick, Barry Allen, Impulse, Jay Garrick, Jesse Quick, Max Mercury, and Wally West. Able to steal the Speed Force from others and styling himself as the Hindu god of motion, SAVITAR can give speed or take it away, and has actually been labeled as the fastest speedster on occasion, though that is a roaming title. SAVITAR is particularly dangerous due to its penchant for amassing minions and followers. As a character, he has a lot of potential if used correctly, and he did have a pretty cool character design on the CW, cooler than his 90s costume at any rate. Speaking of cool, number 4, Captain Cold, aka Leonard Snart, who first appeared in Showcase number 8 in 1957. He is the leader of the Flash's rogues, primarily an enemy to the second Flash, Barry Allen, but he was also an enemy and occasional ally to the third Flash and one of the rogues who killed the fourth. His cold gun enables him to slow the speedster down, which is always an advantage. Captain Cold is a thief who in most versions operates by a code of honor that sees him not wanting to kill, though this varies from version to version. He has a good relationship with his sister and takes a paternalistic approach to governing the rogues. Mastering the power of ice, he steps above just being a Mr. Freeze knockoff and becomes something more. And for some reason, there is a Silver Age arc where Barry Allen thought he was Captain Cold. He's gained much more popularity since his stint on the CW show and has more of an anti-hero persona now. Still, he's not to be trusted, which can make his betrayals all the more painful. In some ways, being less antagonistic with your enemies can make them more dangerous, but usually not for the Flash. He's just such a nice guy. All of them. Number 3. GODSPEED, a more recent addition to the Flash's villain enclave, first appearing in the DC Rebirth storyline. GODSPEED has everything going for him: the parallel of being a rival speedster, the ability to siphon off the speed of others, and an intimate knowledge of Barry Allen's identity and a willingness to interfere in his life. GODSPEED was one of Barry Allen's friends and peers before gaining the power of speed, which he used to turn into a dangerous vigilante with no qualms about killing. Unlike the Reverse Flash, GODSPEED still thinks of himself as Barry's friend and seeks to make his life better by killing his obstacles, such as his rogues. Down to his name, which is an expression of good luck, and his cool character design, GODSPEED is a welcome addition to the Flash's canon. Number 2. The Reverse Flash, specifically Eobard Thawne, who first appeared in The Flash number 139 in 1963. Barry Allen's nemesis earns this spot through the insanity and the boundless cruelty he exhibits. He's killed many of the Flash's loved ones at various points in comic history, from Iris West to killing his mother and many more incidents in between. Even when Barry killed him, he was forced to stand trial, and he didn't even stay dead. The Reverse Flash hates the Flash with a passion and will do pretty much anything to make his life miserable, since he can't actually kill him without creating a paradox. Barry has to be on guard for the Reverse Flash, and none of his loved ones are safe. Thawne knows who he is and isn't afraid to use that information. The Reverse Flash may not be the most powerful, but he's definitely the most dangerous of the Flash's villains, at least for Barry Allen. So who's number 1 then? Well, it's Gorilla Grodd. First appearing in The Flash number 106 in 1959. Grodd is a super intelligent, telepathic gorilla, which is every bit as amazing as it sounds. Grodd can control minds and was one of the gorillas who built Gorilla City alongside Solivar as a haven for sentient apes. However, Grodd had a lust for power that could not be contained and sought to not only have their secret city, but to conquer the world. This ended up putting him in direct conflict with the Silver Age Flash, Barry Allen. Thanks to his telepathic abilities, Grodd is more than a match for the Flash. While the Flash's mind cannot be read, he is still susceptible to psychic attack, such as a pure psychic energy blast. Grodd went on to become a threat to the entire DC verse, not just the Flash, and is one of the mastermind villains, usually included in any leagues or giant supervillain team-ups, say between the likes of Lex Luthor and Vandal Savage. Part sophistication and part brutal beast, Grodd is not someone who goes down easy. So yeah, a danger not just to the Flash, but to the entire world. So those were 10 Flash villains. Are they the best? Your mileage may vary. I'm waiting for Where's the Weather Wizard and The Top and The Alchemist or Dr. Alchemy. So let's get real. Most of the Flash's villains are actually good. He's lucky like that. Or unlucky, take your pick. Share your fave Flash villains and why down below. And don't worry, we'll get to all the Flashes. I'm Sasha Wood, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and turn on that bell notification so you never miss another nerdy list here on Top 10 Nerd. See ya!